I decided to use this opportunity to see who I am in my online identity. So I looked back at my Twitter bio because that's the social media that I use the most, and it says husband, dad, tech hammer, ed tech nut, self-proclaimed motocross star, PhD student, habitual traveler, and citizen of the interwebs. So, I'm a husband. I've been the husband of an amazing person. She's also in this class, and her name is Michelle, for the last 24 years. We're both in the same PhD EdTech program and share a passion for teaching and educational technology. I'm also a dad. I have two kids, Jessica and JC. And in looking at this picture, if you can't tell which ones are mine, if you're looking at this picture right here, this is Jessica and that's JC. And the third person in the picture is Courtney, who is JC's fiance, recently engaged. They will be getting married when he finishes school. So we're very happy about that. Jessica is a graduate, is going to be a graduate of SNU in May, and she is a graphic design student, and JC is a mass comm major and he will graduate next year, and Courtney is going into a sonogram program at Moore Norman Technology Center. I'm a tech hammer. I've adopted this as my job title over the last several years. The reason for that is I tend to be looked at as a hammer simply because when teachers have a technology nail that they need hammered down, they come to me. I enjoy helping troubleshoot problems in the practical use of technology in the classroom, but I prefer to be a consultant on the reasons for the use of technology. An idea guy who has a toolbox full, ready to pull any number of tools out to help a teacher increase his or her students' ability to learn. I'm also an ed tech nut. This probably speaks for itself. I started my journey in educational technology when I began teaching physics at Putnam City High School. I started integrating technology into my class and soon became the go-to guy for tech integration in my building. When I complete my PhD here at Oklahoma State, it will be the first degree I've earned in technology. Both my master's and bachelor's degrees were woefully inadequate in teaching technology. Therefore, I hope to effect some change on that by working with practitioners, aka teachers, who have a desire to integrate technology or have been given a mandate to do so, as is normally the case. I currently function as an instructional designer at Canadian Valley Technology Center's El Reno campus. I'm a self-proclaimed childhood motocross star. Not really. Oops, sorry. I'm not really a motocross star. I've been riding some kind of motorcycle since I was about 5 years old, except for the 20-year hiatus that I took while my kids were growing up. I still ride when I can, but I'm no longer on the dirt. I prefer the street now. I love any sort of vehicle with a motor. I've always been into cars and bikes, so I feel right at home at a technology center. We teach everything from automotive to diesel to aviation. It's fantastic. The weather today means that I would rather be out on my motorcycle than doing this homework, but I am bound and determined to get this done. I'm a PhD student and I'm in the educational technology program here at Oklahoma State, and I'm still thinking about my research area. Recently, I've been getting very interested in coding as a way to increase students' critical thinking skills. And by coding, I mean teaching students to code. I've been working on learning JavaScript myself over the last 5 or 6 months. Dr. Penny, would that be an area in need of another research project, or has that been done to death? I think that might be a direction that I'd like to go in my research. I'm also a habitual traveler. One of the things Michelle and I have decided is that it's more important to purchase experiences rather than things. Therefore, we tend to spend more money traveling than we do buying stuff. That said, I knew I had a problem with traveling when we returned from a trip to New York just after Christmas, and I immediately began planning a West Coast road trip for May of this year. These are just a few of the pictures that I've taken over the last 2 years of our travels. We've been to Oregon, we've been to Italy, we've been to New York, we've been to England, and we made a trip to San Antonio for a conference, but I Couldn't find any pictures that I liked. And finally, I'm a citizen of the interwebs. I believe strongly in the use of internet to connect people. I've connected with people all over the world through Twitter, my old classroom blog, and my personal blog. I firmly believe that students need to connect with people outside their classroom and culture. They'll never learn to drive on the highway if they only practice in the parking lot. And by students, in this case, I'm talking about K through 12. So why am I taking this class? Well, I want to be a better online teacher. I've studied online teaching before, specifically having already completed the Online Learning Consortium's online teaching certificate. I did that 2 years ago. In fact, I was going through some books that I removed from my office when I left SNU, and I found a copy of the text for this class that I had purchased as a resource when I was working as an instructional designer. I've developed a class to teach online, and this is this green picture on the left is a picture of the text for that class, and I've taught it about 6 or 7 times. I also happen to be teaching that class right now. It just started, well, actually it starts tomorrow on Monday. So maybe I'll have some experiences this term which will overlap with the needs of this class. I developed that course from a face-to-face course, and I've redesigned an astronomy course as well. Additionally, I used to work as an online instructional designer for SNU, where I worked closely with faculty as they designed courses for online delivery. So I'm very interested in this area. Very looking forward to this class and looking forward to getting to know some of you guys.